You've done a wonderful job. You really have. I think you've done a fine job. But the two questions I do have is if the MASC training has been done yet, and whether the ethics has been completed yet.
The ethics has been completed.
Okay. I just think we need to revisit it only because it's been since, I don't know when your appointment was, October or so. Mm-hmm. We're probably 10 months into it, almost a full year, and it is very important.
Honestly, I was scheduled to go on May, I can't remember the date. And my grandmother passed away, and I was at the hospital for 2 weeks. And I had to cancel on that Saturday. Okay. So, and the billing has even been made to the school because I was scheduled to go. Okay. So, due to personal reasons.
Oh, that's fine. I just wasn't sure if, I just need to ask the question.
No, that's fine, and fair question. But I did go through the process, was all registered and ready to go. But unfortunately, due to personal circumstances, my family took precedence. So
absolutely,
it's as simple as that. Any other comments? Nobody?
Well, that's not on the agenda. The agenda item is to deal with the subcommittee appointments. So any discussion of any other positions is out of order.
Well, that's
motion or otherwise.
The chair can make that decision if she so feels, and then we can address it next.
Well, I do appreciate your questioning that, and like I said, I did go forward, and we'll be attending the next one that's out there. So
the motion was to reopen the organizational meeting, and I would ask for a call for a vote.
I'm going to actually agree with Jim and call it out of order.
If there's a motion and a second, it can't be out of order, and
it can be if it's not on the agenda.
The agenda policy states that items to be taken up would be on the agenda.
Well, under Robert's rule, I'd like to make a motion to overrule the chairman because that's not correct according to Robert's rules, and that's what we do our best to follow.
What? Here it is. You guys want to open it back up? Be my guest, and we'll put it to a vote. Okay. And we'll put it to the vote to the five of you. All those in favor?
What are we voting on here?
We are putting to reopen.
No, actually, the motion on the table now is to ask for a vote to. The motion is to overrule the chairman on her decision not to call for a vote.
That's the first one.
Because I'm not going to go forward for the next 2 years with all of you
we wouldn't want
questioning.
We wouldn't want you to. The motion is asking for a vote to overrule the chair, which is the school committee's prerogative. That's not part of the motion, but that's educational.
Thanks for that.
And who's seconding?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No.
Opposed? No.
No.
He said he abstained.
Abstain. 2-2.
And just for a point of information, any type of reorganization you wouldn't have been able to vote on.
No, he would.
No, the reorganization he could, but not on the rescinding of a prior that he wasn't part of the school committee. Okay.
The motion is to overrule the chair on a vote, so you're eligible to vote on that.
Moving forward with the appointments, I would just like to go over who we have. I have listed Tim was on the bargaining. Mike, you were also on the bargaining. Eric, sick bank. Mike and Tim bargaining for AFSCME. Mike and myself on the policy subcommittee. Jim Health Advisory, Selectmen, myself, Mike and Tim, Finance, Capital Improvement, Mike, Eric, Cable, and School Improvement Fund, myself. You omitted the Budget Subcommittee.
Can I just ask, can we maybe suggest who's going to be in each of these positions?
That's what I'm going to do.
And then make a motion, an overall
That's what I'm
motion?
going to do. One motion,
Instead of
that's what I would like to do.
Individual motions?
That's what I had planned on doing.
Okay.
I'm just going over who is where.
Okay, thank you.
Tim opens up the bargaining for the teachers as well as the bargaining for the AFSCME, and also the Finance Committee and the Budget Subcommittee. Does anyone that's sitting on a committee not want to do that committee anymore? Okay, so,
I had all blanks in the copy that I have.
well, this one I stole from, that's why I just went over it.
Can you just do it one more time, please?
Yep, I absolutely can.
Do you want me to make copies of this?
Yeah.
Please.
Please. Can we take a 5-minute
Take a
recess?
5?
Sure, 5-minute recess.
Hidden break.
Yeah, because this pen doesn't write too well.
Because I had coffee.
It's the quickest way.
Yeah.
I hope you made it out of here okay. Yeah, he's walking home.
Thank you. You're still
I said, you're making it.
That helps.
All right, she got the papers. And that pen you gave me is terrible.
I don't think I gave it to you.
I think I stole it. Thank you. Did you bring some chocolate? It's past dinner time.
I'm good.
Thank you. Yeah.
Where'd you find that?
Still doesn't have the budget.
Are you guys all set?
Yep.
Call the meeting back to order.
On the-
You still need to add the budget subcommittee onto that. It's not on mine either.
Yeah, you
And-
got
Mine's
two.
cut off.
I thought the town got rid of the budget subcommittee.
No. Well, that's a good question. It hasn't been
They,
recharged.
they decided not to go along forward with it. I thought as of a few weeks ago, they were like,
I don't know.
I've not heard it officially.
I would recommend getting it.
I would say we have at least 2 people ready to go for it in case they decide to pull it out of.
Because they had also the master analysis they did of the town governance.
that
So-
said we should have it, but then the town decided, I thought, from the mill that gets turned, that they were deciding that they were going to go against that recommendation of that big audit they had and not go with the budget subcommittee.
Excuse me, I have one question, and then I'd like to just ask. I have something that's cut off.
Oh, it's just the top of, it's just that little,
Yeah, committee position.
it just says committee
member,
position.
member.
That's all it says.
What we're dealing with this evening.
So what's cut off here?
Just the names.
Just the name.
Like the,
Of what?
The title.
Committee
That's
slash
fine.
position,
That's
the
fine.
the column headings.
Westport rep bargaining.
This is the one
This is a
from
totally
my-
different format. This says, I believe what's identified there is the chairman and assistant chairman position, which has been blocked off to go along with the agenda that is trying to eliminate that discussion. So I would ask that that be put on the next agenda for school committee.
Right now, that's at the end.
I thought we were getting a copy of all the appointments.
You have that.
I didn't know we were blocking names off, and I couldn't tell what those names were.
Would you like me to make you a copy of this?
No, if that's all that's missing, I couldn't tell what was missing. But if there's, I don't know. In other words, if I'm on something else and then I want to shift off it, I see my name here, I didn't know what that line was.
This is the one that was pulled off of the
How far did we
wall.
get in the last, do we have the minutes from that meeting of where,
So-
did we actually appoint
Okay,
the
so
vice chair?
so it's the legal
and
counsel.
secretary, and we appointed a secretary?
That's
And
missing.
The legal counsel.
And legal counsel,
So
that's how far we got?
We're dealing with the subcommittee this evening, and that's what I was presenting to you.
So legal counsel is
Would be above that.
what I saw in writing there. I was trying to figure out what was there, that's all. I saw it blocked off, and I am concerned when I get a document that's got whiteout on it.
Starting
My
from,
suggestion is to have Mr. Viveris take Timothy Herenstein's position on the bargaining.
I don't know that Tony can do that
Is that the one that deals with teachers?
because his wife
His wife
is a
is a
permanent
teacher.
sub here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so we
not
gotta,
quite, but
well, she's still part of
still is a
the
sub.
bargaining.
yeah.
She's a recipient of the bargain.
However, and this may as well be the time we talk a little bit about this. Mr. Rivera's wife is a long-term sub whose position ends June 30th. We do not have any bargaining lined up for the Teachers Association until July. So the difference here would be he could serve, but once he serves, it'd be a little bit more difficult for him to continue serving in that position if his wife decides to pursue a position in the district. We